Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Hello, Papa.
I'm Albert.
Well, I'm Billy. And this is Albert and Billy's Show.
I want to be sure they can distinguish the two of us.
You know, I just thought of something because I was looking earlier. This is our 190th episode.
Today?
Yes, so
well, congratulations!
Yeah.
190?
190?
Yes. How can we not do something special, though, for a 200th episode?
Well, it sounds to me like
We got to
I'm
put
old.
our thinking caps on.
Sounds to me like I'm old.
No.
I didn't realize you were 190.
Exactly. Looks good for his age,
It
don't
looks
he?
great for his age.
I'm glad I'm walking.
That's the first thing he said this afternoon. I'm barely walking in here.
I will start out with this just in case anybody is trying to go up Lowe's Gap Road. That'd be a bad idea. Don't try that. It's still closed right now. We will let you know when it's back open, but that is one road you do not want to get stuck on. I promise you that. So please don't attempt to go up Lowe's Gap
Especially
Road.
if you're a semi driver.
Oh man, that would be a nightmare.
There's like
That's a
15
nightmare
of them
anyway.
got stuck this year. Already like 15
See?
trucks this year.
It's horrible.
At least 15.
Oh, man.
So crazy.
That shows you the fallacy of the GPS.
Yeah, amen to that. She'll lie. She'll lie to you.
She lies like a dog.
What is
She
her
lies
name?
like a dog.
Series? No, what is
She will lie.
What is her name?
Well, there's a few different names now.
There
but,
is, yeah.
But yeah,
Brother Jim always
they all
talks.
lie.
Brother Jim always talks to Alexis.
Alexis,
Yeah, I've met her too, and she's lied to me too. She's lied to me a few times too. But she
I
they
still
get
like
most
it.
of
I mean,
it
I'm
right.
going to Kentucky next week, and so I'll probably be using my GPS.
You'll need
to
the
figure it out.
GPS,
Yeah.
won't you?
Yeah, I sure will.
Daryl's going to go see Miss Loretta Lynn, hopefully in person.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to check Daryl's show out every Sunday. Will you be here for that show?
I will not be here next Sunday, but I'll be doing a show from Kentucky.
Okay.
Unless things line up, the Earth lines up with the stars or whatever,
So
I'll
like
be here Sunday morning.
Okay.
But probably I'm going to be just doing it on Facebook with my Facebook folks.
Okay.
Just at a
So
roadside.
check out his Sunday Bluegrass Sunday Showcase. Always check that out. He does that right here at WUAT every Sunday morning.
Yep.
So always check that out.
I'll be here this coming Sunday. We've got brand new music. I'm excited about it.
And Hometown History is shooting a new season, and should be about time to get on. They should be coming on Channel 18.
Yesterday was our first.
Okay, gotcha.
One of our first, and it's one of our
like
the
you
newest
filmed ahead. I got you.
Yeah, they
Got
filming
you.
ahead.
Which I've been saying that you're filming the new season.
We
I've
are.
made a few plugs on that
We have.
for
Thank you. Thank you.
But is it this Sunday? You will be here though, right?
I will be here at stations this Sunday. Next Sunday I won't be.
Okay.
Unless
but they might
things-
can see you on Facebook.
Yeah, they will be able to see me on Facebook.
And keep Loretta Lynn in your prayers, folks.
Amen.
We just found this out. Our foreman was killed. When was that? Last week?
Last week during the flood, the one-day flood. It was. It's pretty sad. Her foreman over her maintenance and the yard.
Well, then I'm sure she relied on him a lot. So
and
yeah.
they called him a very close friend. He's been working for him about 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
So long-term relationship.
She's probably devastated then by that.
She is.
So I hate to hear that. Papa will be talking in sports. A good week for the Warriors. That's coming up later in sports, but good news for our Warriors. And we'll be having them on the show again this season. So
Who
looking
do we
forward
play
to that.
tonight?
Nobody. We got
I thought they
canceled.
played.
It got canceled.
Canceled.
Well, it was the other place, I think, but hey, that just gives them some rest.
Was it Grundy or?
Shoot, I had that, but I'll get back with you. on that.
I'm sorry.
But
Grundy beat us.
expecting another good season.
No, we beat Grundy, didn't we?
Yeah, they
yeah.
beat Grundy last year.
Well, I mean in the Jamboree.
I don't know, but
We lost
Can't
to
go by the
Sequatchie
Jamboree.
County, but I think
That's
we
like
beat Grundy
one
County
play.
6-0.
yeah, it's just a quarter. We would beat both those teams that if they play the whole game. I can promise you that. Now, Papa's going to talk a little bit about the fall festival here in a few minutes, but some things have been added to it. They're looking to do an all-day event at the vacant lot. It's Ronnie Swafford's office is right here on Main Street.
It was right next to Stevens Pharmacy.
And Stevens Pharmacy, and the grass, there's pretty grass right in the middle. That's where the Dunkin' booth was last time. I remember that well. So
You don't see many vacant lots on Main Street of any town.
Right. So it's going to be being used again for this fall festival. We are going to have the Dunkin' booth, but it's not going to be there. It's going to be used for concerts, okay? And this is a good thing. I'm glad they're utilizing it. We got Runaway Home will be starting a show. It starts at 12, and it says till 10, but you know, sometimes it can go on a little bit longer. But Runaway Home will be singing. Bluetastic Fangrass, what a name. They will be performing. No wonder we didn't get that right a while ago. Man alive. Bluetastic Fangrass.
Sounds like a blues.
What a name.
Yeah, that's a cool name.
A local, Timothy Hahn. He's really good. You've heard him sing.
I've heard him play.
Yeah, I've heard him play too. That's true.
He is classical sounding.
He is.
I'm sure he could play anything he wanted to play.
And he's going to be a guest on our show in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. But he's going to be performing at this. And of course the headliner is the Cleverleys, and it's possible, it seems like could be some more bands, but we just don't know, right? From what Ethan was saying.
Yeah, I'm thinking those three are the major ones that somebody maybe throwed in there, but
Okay.
the Cleverleys are worth coming.
Yeah, obviously they're the headliner.
Really fun. They're funny.
So they will be on stage probably, well, they're going to be the last show, obviously. Bluestastic Fangrass should be good just because of that name.
Yeah.
We know Timothy Hahn's good. So that'll be a good show, folks. A good addition.
Best fire I heard today.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And we'll let Papa talk about all that. It's all right.
But it's supposed to be some of the best ones we've ever had here in Papa.
I did hear that. I did hear that. Another event. This is before the Fall Festival. This has been going on though for 10 years or 9 years, because this is the 9th annual. But so usually it's the Summer Bash, but this year it's the end of Summer Bash and Toy Drive. It's going to be on September the 18th. Gates open at 2 p.m. This is at the Lucky Star event venue, which is on 6086 Upper East Valley Road. A new unwrapped toy or a donation, suggested $10 per person, is what you need to get through the gate. Live music will start at 4:30 p.m. They'll have Cam and Kane performing, Josie Clay, and the Sullivan Band will be there. If you haven't heard the Sullivan Band, they're local and they're very good. And they draw a great crowd. They draw a really good crowd.
Have been for a long time.
Long time, yes they have. Camping will be available both Friday and Saturday nights. Camper RVs are $15 and tents $10 per night. And they have a huge campground, so if you haven't seen that, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's enormous. Food will be provided by the Morgan Brothers, so that the food's going to be good. Bring a chair or blanket, a smile, the love of music, and a good attitude. Help us raise money and toys for the children here in Bledsoe County for Christmas. For more info, contact Kelly at 423-762-3097 or Mikey Bledsoe at 423-883-3814. And like I said, we've done an episode there one time. If you haven't been there, it is a beautiful piece of property, the Lucky Star. Real nice place.
And they were very gracious.
They were. Yes, they were. They sure were. Okay, now, I know I have more than that, but let me track it down. Oh, I think it might be this. Oh, they were supposed to get a new one to me on this. But they haven't, so I'm just going to go ahead and start promoting it though, because it's coming up. it's in October, but it's early October, and let's face it, that'll be here before you know it. And it's a big event. Its plans are being made for Pikeville Volunteer Fire Department's 75th anniversary event.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So here's what I'm just going to go by what I have to go on, okay? So bear with me here, folks. The event is scheduled for Saturday, October the 9th from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m., okay? At the fire department, obviously, right next to you, Papa. The celebration will feature demonstrations, tours, station trucks, and fire safety trailer. Departmental history displays will be available, and many fun activities for children. A light meal will be provided free of charge.
Wow.
You can't beat that. And the department will have a few giveaways as well. And the department was formed by a group of citizens after major fires ravaged downtown Pikeville near the current courthouse area. I'm going to see if you know this bit of history. Destroying several businesses and homes.
Really?
In the process of planning for the event this fall, Assistant Chief Dylan Hankins said he is looking for memorabilia from prior years, and in particular photos from the public. He said it's been easier to find photos and information about the department since the 2000s, but he has had trouble finding earlier photos of firefighters of the department's history. So basically, sounds to me like he's looking for some photos from before the 2000s. He needs some photos of other decades, basically. So see if you can help him out with that, folks. If you do have any photos, you can email him to dhankins@pikevillefire.com. Okay, so if you got any photos, please help him out and email him there. The department is also seeking donations from local businesses to make the celebration a success. Because remember, it's volunteer, folks. We always push that. Donation levels include platinum $1,000, gold $500, silver $250, and bronze $100. And the donations can be sent to the Pikeville Fire Department, P.O. Box 225, Pikeville, Tennessee 37367, or you can contact a member for pickup. For more information, though, you can call Paul Swafford. His number is 618-0540. That's 618-0540. Or you can call Dylan Hankins at 423-847-5251. That's 847-5251. And we'll be talking about this, obviously, in the next few weeks. So, big event there, right?
Sounds like it.
That does. It really does. Like I hope people turn out for that.
I can go back 59 years with the fire department.
Mm-hmm.
I was a member of the volunteer fire department in 1962.
Oh yeah.
Which would be
I found out on this show.
59 years ago.
Got any photos?
No, but I said I remember. I can remember the factory next to the cemetery that it used to be the shirt factory.
Yeah.
That building caught on fire one night.
Oh, I know where you're talking about.
And it was on a Sunday, and
it's by the graveyard, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I sat with the graveyard.
Okay.
And I had on my Sunday best, and the fire whistle blew, and here I went. And we fought fire all night long. And I remember seeing Dr. Morgan, one of our local doctors, handling a hose, fighting that fire. And we were up on the roof, chopping the roof where the fire would stop when we made a break. We were chopping up the roof of that building.
God, that had to be intense, Papa.
Long about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I went and got Carolyn's uncle out of bed and got me some rubber boots to wear. But
which uncle?
Fred.
Okay.
He owned the hardware store.
He's the one that he built Burns Lake.
That's right.
Fred.
Did he own the hardware store?
No, that was Uncle Cole.
Cole.
Oh yeah, Uncle Cole Robertson. Yeah.
That
There's
house
so
that
many
Cole
others.
Robertson lived in, that was as far as Pikeville went.
Oh really?
That's where Pikeville stopped.
Say that one more time.
The house that Cole Robertson lived in,
Yeah.
that's as far as the Pikeville went.
See.
There was a road there,
Really?
and the road went back west and hit another road over here, and you went to Crossville
So
that way.
27 wasn't even here. It was.
That
thing
was
of-
that was
wasn't
a
even
farm. That was farmland.
Well, dang. I
used
do always learn something.
used to when you went to Crossville from here, you had to go up the mountain over here by the funeral home and go to Crossville up that
Yeah.
way. That's the only way to go to
Wow.
Crossville.
Oh, wow.
When Carol and I got married, 127 was being built.
Yeah, it was brand new.
No.
I'll be.
In
Wow.
1953, they were building that highway.
Man, the information you can learn on this show, I tell you. There's always a good history
I'll
lesson.
tell you how
ain't
old
there?
I am. My pastor says I am so old that Jesus was in my Sunday school class. That's how old I am.
Yeah. See, you need to have a good comeback for that. Because he'll be that age one day too.
Johnny Boynton gave me a good comeback. He said, "You tell your pastor
Yeah.
that Jesus is still in your Sunday school class."
That's
Amen.
There you go. Take that, brother Jim. That is a good one.
That's a good one.
Johnny Boynton gave me that.
I like it. I like it. Thank you,
that's
Daryl, for
funny.
reminding me of this. I forgot about our new tradition here. And let's see. Which one are we on here? Right here. Okay, the birthdays, all right, for the week of the 16th through the 21st. We want to wish a happy birthday to the following people that had birthdays this past week. Happy birthday to Ben Harwood.
That's the week before last.
Oh,
We're right here.
we are?
We are at the end of
There's
it.
no-
aren't
That's right. Well, then why'd you hit? Okay. Well, I thought something was up.
There's somebody's there, but it's been marked through.
No, that's just, no, that's not it. I thought that sounded familiar. Dang it. Well, never mind. Is any of them on the birthday winners, though? Do you see that list right? Daryl, do you see that white page right there? I thought that sounded familiar. Dang it. No, see that, where that hand soap is? Yeah, there we go, right
This
there.
thing.
Yeah, let me see if the birthday winner's been done yet. We might just do it right here. No, they've been done, looks like. Okay, the birthday winners are, he was one of them. Okay, the birthday winners, we'll go ahead, I'll tell you that then, since we don't have any down for this week. Birthday winners this week are David Altman, Pizza King, Tina McLeod, Ember's Ice Cream Shop, and Maxine Woolley, the Kudzu Cottage. Congratulations to this week's birthday winners. Okay, Papa, let's hear
We're going to
your
have a
announcements.
spaghetti supper. No, that spaghetti supper. No, we're going to have a country breakfast.
I'm
Out
more
at the
excited
Fall
about
Creek-
that.
Out at the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department.
And one day, me and
Yeah.
Papa are going to come to that. I know we keep saying it.
This is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow morning
Yeah.
from 7 o'clock in the morning to 10. And this is on 30 West.
Mm-hmm.
Their country breakfast will consist of pancakes and pancakes and pancakes.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hear.
Also, they will have biscuits and gravy for those of you who are stuck in the mud.
Right.
Scrambled eggs.
Stuck in the mud.
When I make pancake batter, I put blueberries in it.
I didn't know that.
Blueberries. Just dump fresh blueberries in there with the
Ooh,
pancake
that sounds
batter.
good. That sounds real good.
Hash
Y'all are
brown
making me
potatoes
hungry.
will be available.
I love
And the
them.
meat will be bacon and sausage and country ham and fried bologna. 4 choices.
Okay, says bologna.
Bologna. You say bologna, don't you?
I do.
You put the EY on there instead of
I
A.
do.
You
I say blown up.
You say it
Ah,
too. You.
He's from Germany. Fruit, orange juice, coffee, and milk.
Blown up.
The fare will be $7. But if you're
It's worth
a
it.
child, 10 years or younger, you do not have to pay at all.
There you go. And once
You get
again,
all that food free.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just making sure we didn't miss nobody on the birthdays. Yeah, like we said, our theme, it's volunteer fire department, so it's for a good cause.
Let me tell you, Billy keeps pushing this idea of fire departments being volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
May I remind you, you live in the volunteer state.
Ooh, that's true.
That's something to think about. And we are noted.
I like that.
We're noted for the support of the 136 men that gave their lives at the Alamo, and but the state that was best represented there with those that gave their lives was Tennessee.
That's right, and I think that's something that we should be very, very proud of, don't you, Papa?
And we went so far as to call our football team at Knoxville the Tennessee Volunteers.
I think that name fits perfectly, don't you?
Okay, I want to go back over this fall festival coming up October the 2nd. That's on a Saturday.
Yeah. And then that reminded me that there is 2 birthdays that I will say, but we'll do this first.
Come one, come all, there's going to be a big bang at the closing of the ceremony. It's going to be a fireworks festival like you've never seen before. The only drawback to most of these fireworks festivals, you just got to shove it from your memory. Just don't pay any attention to it. Most of these fireworks come from China.
Yeah.
Do you realize?
I think all of them does.
Do you realize that if we go to the electrical conveyance to get us to Chattanooga instead of the gasoline-powered engine, these batteries are going to have to be purchased from China?
Yeah.
China has bought up the mineral rights to everything Afghanistan had. All the lithium and everything.
I wonder why they're doing that.
They know what they're doing.
There's yet still people that will argue with you, and it's ridiculous.
But they are building these charging stations just about like a gas station, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, there will be more details that will filter down through the system that we will bring to your attention as we get them.
Festival, yeah. Duncan Booth, yeah.
But anyway,
and my dumb butt said yes to that, but okay. I'll do it.
there's going to be plenty of music, it sounds like.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of music. A lot of vendors will be set up too, and it always has really, really, really good food, Papa.
I'm gonna have to come to your house and change clothes that day.
Yeah, I think you said yes too, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's funny.
You notice I'm wiser than either of
I
you.
know.
I did not say yes.
And I remember just how cold that water was.
I was just sitting here thinking about wearing the Bigfoot suit. Maybe that all.
This water's so cold, I don't think it'll help you. I mean,
day before yesterday, when I mowed my yard, it was 101 degrees outside. Then the storm came through that did not give us any water, but the temperature dropped to 87. I went out and mowed my yard at 87 instead of 101.
If I'd have saw you mowing your yard at 101, I'd have come down and took you off that lawnmower, Papa. You better not be doing that.
You would have taken me to a loony bin.
I would have, because it was brutally hot.
I was not going to go out at 101.
Thank God. I'm glad you didn't. It felt like 121. It was horrible.
It was hot. It was the one man at church told me that was the hottest day we've had.
I believe it. And it seems like there was like 2 or 3 days.
Charlie Wagner told me that
okay.
it was the hottest day that he had recorded.
Oh, I am so ready for fall. Mainly because of my allergies at the pollen. I hate pollen now. I literally hate it. And I know some people have bad fall allergies and they're dreading that, but it's your turn. It's their turn.
Well, we can't do anything about pollen, but let me tell you, Noah could have killed those 2 flies on that ark, and he could have killed those 2 ants.
Yeah.
He could have killed those 2 roaches. He could have
That's
killed
true.
those 2 snakes, but he kept on. Let them go.
In 1930, the hottest day ever in Pikeville, in Perryville, Tennessee, 113 degrees in Tennessee.
Good Lord.
113 in 1930.
That's just too hot.
Well, I wasn't here. Don't
Well, I wish
That's
he
hot.
had.
That's hot.
Yeah. I wish he had killed them. I wish that they would have done something about the pollen too. I could see the pollen last week.
Oh,
I could
yeah.
literally see it.
Oh, you can see it on the windshields.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's like, I left here, literally walked to the pharmacy to get a Coke. I could see I was walking through pollen. I sit here for 5 minutes, and I think I remember telling you my eyes are on fire. I kind of whispered it, but it hurt. I couldn't even open my eyes. Like they were on fire. They were itching. I wanted to scratch them so bad. The last part of the show last week was I was so ready to get out of here.
But scratching,
I was miserable.
scratching would have
Miserable.
been the wrong thing to do.
I know, and I don't think I rubbed them too much while I was here, but it was all I could do not to. And I am so ready for pollen to be gone. I'm just over it. And it shouldn't be much longer, should it? Because fall's just around the corner.
We're really close.
It might not be around the corner, but it's not far away.
Exactly, that's what I thought. All right, well, it's trivia time, guys.
These are so easy today, I feel so ashamed.
When he says that, Daryl, usually that
Scares me.
Yes, it does me too.
The first one, Ebenezer's Oath. What would Ebenezer Scrooge always say?
Bah humbug or something like
Bah
that.
humbug. Bah humbug. He put them both together.
Wonder what that means.
It means
I'll take
phooey.
another.
It means baloney.
I'll take another piece of ham. Bah humbug.
All right.
Didn't he have ham? Didn't he take?
He was
they made him
hateful.
ham?
Yeah,
brought
they
ham.
did.
Number 2, The Stooge with bangs.
Oh, was it Mo?
Mo. See that how easy these are?
They ain't that easy, and they need to be easy every now and then.
Hey, Three Stooges comes on Saturday nights down
Yeah,
on
you
TV.
can see them.
I love that show.
It's really good.
You still do?
I love that show.
That was stupid.
but stupid
They were
funny.
stupid funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Spirit in a bottle. What is it that?
Wine,
No.
liquor.
Aladdin. What?
Oh, Jenny.
A genie. Genie. In that bottle, had to get that genie out of that
I
bottle.
was thinking Jack Daniels here in Tennessee.
Yeah, you must have been listening on that. That could be for the
We got a different kind of spirit around here, don't we?
Oh wow. My bad.
When brother, well, first let me ask this question: worm seekers,
Worm seekers.
who will do their best to find a red worm?
Oh,
A fisherman.
a cardinal?
Not a
A
cardinal, not a bluebird,
A bird.
a bird, but what kind of bird?
A robin.
A robin.
Robins are carnivores.
You remember that, don't you? When our pastor came here,
Oh.
one day I said, now he's been here 21 years.
Mhm.
One day I said something about robins were the harbingers of spring. I didn't think a thing about it. This past month, my pastor says, in front of God and everybody, I heard Albert Roberts use the word harbinger one day, and he said I didn't know what harbinger was. A harbinger is a herald. They announce, they tell you that spring is coming. When you see the robins in your yard, you know that spring is not far away.
Okay.
I've seen as high as
I didn't
50
know that either.
to 100 robins in my yard.
I've heard harbinger used as something to explain like the red moons and some of the signs of the
Cool.
world or times
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh,
There was a
harbinger.
there was a
Used
blue moon the other night.
The blue
Just-
moon. It's
That
kind
was
of a
so
rare,
cool.
once in a blue moon type
Yeah.
thing.
No wonder that they have that saying, because
I guess it's an
I've
old
seen
20s.
that maybe that was the second time in my life that I've seen
It's
one.
an old song like from the bebop days.
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah, once in a
Well,
blue
it's a
moon.
saying,
Blue
and-
moon, maybe just blue moon.
There's a country song too, Once in a Blue Moon.
One thing I kept thinking with all the exploration of the moon going on,
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard anybody from any country come back and say to us, hey, it was made of cheese. Number 4.
It was spoiled too.
One snow crystal is called a snow what?
Flake.
A snowflake.
We know a few things other around here that's called flake. Snowflakes.
I've never played the game of golf, but what a golfer yells when he shanks a shot.
Well, see,
Yeah,
you know that's the one sport that I don't really play. So
What does he say?
do you know?
4.
4.
Okay,
What does that mean?
that
Get
really.
the heck out of the way.
It's
Yeah.
not F-O-U-R, it's F-O-R-E.
Oh.
4.
I
What
don't
it
know.
means?
It's kind of weird. Why don't you just say, "Get the heck out of the way"? You know.
Watch out, here it comes.
Pedestrians better watch out.
Because you know what if the person don't know anything about golf and they say that and they just keep walking and bam.
If you've ever been hit by a golf ball, you know,
Oh.
man, you'll put a.
Some of those,
Imagine.
some of those
Yeah.
golf balls are hit probably 100 miles an hour plus.
I
Yeah.
got hit in the back with one that a cousin of mine throwed it in a slingshot. He got me right in the back and it took me straight to the ground.
I saw on television the player the baseball
so.
player that was the fastest fastest ball ever recorded was Bob Feller. He played for the Cleveland Indians.
105 or something.
Not yet.
Around 117 miles an hour.
Good
If
Lord.
they'd had anything that could record it back then, they tried to transpose it into today's vernacular.
Man,
And they said that Bob Feller could have thrown the balls he threw.
let's start with that hind catcher.
I think he wound up with more strikeouts than any of them.
I would say
Then
so.
Nolan Ryan was also in there. Nolan Ryan would be one that we would remember.
Well, yeah, I remember him.
But Bob Feller was in my heyday.
Those hind catchers must have some tough hands in.
Big gloves.
Yeah.
This was a singer, and his last name is John. What's his first name?
Oh, Elton John.
Elton John. He's a singer.
Yeah.
Rock?
Yeah.
Something.
Rock and roll.
Okay,
Yeah,
the last
I guess
one.
I guess that's what you call it.
And,
Yeah.
and y'all have been excellent students today, so don't miss this one.
Oh.
It's not imaginary, it's,
Am I missing something here?
if it's not imaginary,
It's real.
It's
It's
the
real.
fact or the truth. Okay.
See, that was so easy though that
You-
could be a trick question.
I wouldn't
And
do
he's
that.
really good at
I would
those.
not do that to you.
He would too.
That's all the trivia I have.
He would too.
Good trivia.
That was good trivia. All right, well, we'll take our commercial break, and we'll be right back after the commercial break with some, let's see, sports of all sorts is what you say.
I don't know where I came up with that.
I know. And then, of course, some Albertology. We've already had some Albertology, I feel like, today, Daryl. We've learned a lot already.
Yeah, we have.
So be prepared to learn some more
Yeah.
too after the break. That's all coming up next, folks. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to dunlapmercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
I'll take care of the rest of that deal. Oh, no, I lost my debit card. hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show, folks. Here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and also BTC Fiber YouTube page. Don't forget to check that out. Get on there and subscribe and like. We want you definitely to subscribe. Yeah, well, we definitely want you to like too. Yeah, that means a lot too.
You hate to think we're spinning our wheels.
Right. So definitely check that out, folks. All you gotta do is go to BTC Fiber YouTube. Just type that in, and it'll pull up, and all the shows will be there. So just go to it. Check out Daryl's hometown history. He's filming his new season, and all the original Channel 18 shows. So go on there and check it out. And we want to thank our sponsors for the Albert and Billy Show: Citizens Tri-County Bank on North Main Street, Bilberry Insurance over on Spring Street. Go say hi to Frank and Susan, and especially Sadie. She'll appreciate that. The offices of Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker. Thank you guys. Farm Bureau Insurance down in South Pikeville by Putnam Reed. Go see Matt Massengale and his friendly staff at Farm Bureau Insurance. Pikeville Family Dentistry. Caddy Corner, as Papa says to us here on Main Street.
You never heard of that before, had you?
I might have heard the word, but I don't know I don't think I knew what it meant though. I'm pretty sure I didn't until you explained it. The Loom, our next door neighbor on Cumberland Avenue, Miss Judy Yates, longtime owner of the Loom. You can get a little bit of everything in there, to be honest with you. That's not exaggerating. Nickel Antiques, definitely our neighbor, literally right here with us. You got to come check this store out, folks, if you haven't yet. It's just an awesome store. There's so many vendors set up, so many different things to look at. Definitely unique and a very wide variety of items to choose from.
Very wide.
Yeah. So come see Miss Gail here at Nickel Row Antiques. The Getting Place, go get you something at the Getting Place. Morgan Brothers, and of course they have the venue, and now they have the brewery, the Bank Walker Brewery. I struggle sometimes to say it. It can be a tongue twister. The Bank Walker Brewery, and it is very, very nice, top of the line. That is like something you would see in a big city. They've done a great job with that place. Gibbs Pools. We might know somebody that works there. I don't know. State Farm Insurance over on the bypass. Go see Nick Smith and his friendly staff for all your insurance needs at State Farm Insurance. Mill Down Outdoor Adventures. Timmy Campbell and Michelle Campbell. That place looks awesome. I want to go there. So go check it out. The Country Gospel Bluegrass Showcase Sunday. Did I say that right?
Country Gospel Bluegrass Showcase.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful, then.
It is, isn't it?
Wonder who came up with that word. Those names.
I don't know. And a sponsor is back because she's back open. It's Lola's. She is back open, and I went in there and talked to her a couple of days ago, and it is nothing but nice in there. And she is, that reminds me, we're going to have to schedule her on the show.
Oh?
She was on Valley Views the new episode of Valley Views, but she asked to be on our show when I talked to her because they're promoting a Christmas thing that it's going to be nice. That's all I can say. Like, it's going to be a big event, and it's going to be the same day of the Christmas parade. They need volunteers because they want each business lit up for Christmas. They're going to have a bunch of Christmas lights all through the month of December. They're going to light the tree the night of the parade. This is a big event. They're even going to have a Christmas pageant. But they do need volunteers. But she will be here to explain all that to you guys. And we're going to have her as a guest in September. She's going to be on here and promote that event because they want to promote it early. So because they need volunteers. They need help, pulling off this big event.
Well,
She's been working on it since May.
If you can ever catch her where she will light long enough to tell you all this.
That's true. Well, we'll have her here, so she'll have to sit still.
That's going to be the issue, though.
Yeah, she's a busybody now, Miss Lawless. She's a busybody.
I didn't say she's a busybody, but she's a busy person.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean by that. Like, she stays on the go. But she's been working really hard on this event since May, and we really want it to be a success. It's a great idea, and I think it's going to do really, really well.
Our church is making scenes for the Christmas play that we're going to have.
Yeah.
And we're going to have figures 8 feet tall.
Dang.
They're
Excuse me.
making them out. They're going to cut them out and paint them.
Wow.
But a guy was drawing them today from the jail, one of the inmates.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he said that it's going to be big production.
Oh, okay. Looking forward to that. So you'll hear more about that in the coming weeks and months then.
Yes, we will.
All right. Well, Papa, it's time for sports, so let's hear
I
it.
happen to have a few items to talk about.
Well, I know we're going to hear about your Dodgers. I know that's always a given. And we're going to hear about golf. That's always a given.
Yeah. But we won't talk about marbles, will we?
No.
Talking about baseball.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves, though they ran into a temporary snag with the Yankees this week, they have a 5.5 game lead. They were in first place by 5.5. Not long ago, they were 4 games behind.
Dang.
Where I was only like 2.5, 3.5 behind.
The
now
Yankees?
they have the Braves are.
Oh, the Braves. That's
they're
better.
5.5 games ahead.
So they have really made a push.
They've made a drive like I've never seen them do before.
No kidding.
Maybe
and I like to hear that.
They just hit the skids to go up while the other teams hit the skid to go down. I don't know.
Maybe they're peaking at the right time.
Well, you've only got about another month left.
Yeah. So it literally could be peaking at the right time, and that's what you want to do.
But my Dodgers are in second place to the Giants, and they are.
This is Winky.
They're 2.5 games behind. 2.5 games behind. So that's better than they've been.
Yeah, because it was like 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4.
Oh,
So maybe.
he's wanting to tell.
What?
I think he's wanting to tell us what's been canceled.
Okay. Go out there and call him, and we'll gladly share it.
Sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
In golf, we had a tournament last weekend, but bad weather pushed it to completion on Monday. It was the Northern Trust.
Okay.
All right. The winner's name was Tony Finau, Fineau.
Wow.
He
Never heard of him.
won another tournament back in 2016. So for 5 years,
gosh.
142 tournaments, he didn't win.
Oh, wow.
Now he's had 2 wins in his career, but this
Are they
past
big ones?
weekend, no, the first one was the Puerto Rican Open. But this past weekend, he pocketed $1,710,000. That's almost $2 million
Yeah.
to win one tournament.
It's been a long time coming, though, for him, sounds like.
The number 1 player in the world, Jon Rahm, finished 3rd. I thought he would win, but on the last day, he folded just a little bit. He still won over.
Well, yeah.
He still won over $500,000.
Don't exactly feel sorry for him, do you?
Okay.
I like to see the underdog win, though. I like that.
The gold medal winner that won the gold for us in the Olympics, his name was Xander Schauffele, and he finished 19th.
Okay.
He got $144,000 to finish 19th. In tennis,
Wow.
the United States Open is going to
It's coming up soon.
coming
Up soon. Now another phone's going off, so we're gonna have to. Okay. But yeah, the U.S. Open. Let's talk about
All
that.
right.
While I tell them to stop calling. I'm gonna turn my phone off. I'm looking forward to it, and they're playing the U.S. Open series now, which is a lead up to it. They have several tournaments leading into it.
Serena pulled out yesterday
I
with a
didn't know
hamstring.
Oh my God!
Already, you've lost Federer.
I know.
He's
I think Nadal's even
having
questionable.
surgery. Well, Nadal has a foot injury. He's not going to compete.
Oh my God! This is terrible.
And he's going to be finished for the season.
Yeah, that is your three marquee players. Like, that's going to put a hurting on them.
Those two star-studded players right there
Mhm.
takes away the draw of the gate. People coming to the tournament.
That's three star-studded players. That's three
Well, yeah,
superstars.
Serena, I just wrote that in this morning, but
I mean, that will affect them. It sure will. But it gives other players a chance to really make a name for
well,
themselves.
last year's winner, Dominic Thiem, he's not going to be competing.
Is he injured too?
He's not going to compete. He's just not going to be there. That's all I know.
Okay.
That leaves no drama for.
Well, Djokovic is going to win that one then.
He stands alone.
Oh yeah, he's going to win that one. I can tell you.
So that'll give him 21.
Unless somebody plays the match of their life and they can make history,
Unless he takes it for granted he's going to win and doesn't try.
That could happen. He'll have to fight that. To be honest with you,
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no competition.
Yeah, he could let his guard down much easier.
But this will give him an opportunity to give him 21
It
major
will.
titles.
It sure will. A very good opportunity
And
because his
Roger Federer-
rivals are not even in the tournament.
Roger Federer is 40 now.
Yeah, and the knee injury. It's amazing that he's been able to.
His third surgery?
Yeah, I would want to talk to that doctor. I'm telling you, it's amazing he's been able to do anything the past couple of years in that condition.
But to be competitive, he has been.
Yeah, and he never complains. Never complains about. I've never once heard him complain about his knee. He always gives his opponents credit and never complains. I think that's why he's so popular.
I start to say that's a sign of a great man.
That's right. He's very, very humble. Yes.
Great man. All right, in football, last Friday night,
Yeah.
Bledsoe County Warriors took on York Institute at York,
Yep.
and we built up a 20-0 lead.
Yeah, got off to a great start.
Gunner Sweat scored a TD. Cadillac Seaver picked up a fumble and ran it in for a TD.
He
Our
scored
quarterback,
a critical one.
Harmon Keith, threw a touchdown pass to Gunner Sweat, threw a touchdown pass to Cadillac Seaver. So we scored 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We only scored 1 2-point conversion that giving us 26 points.
That's true. That was
They
the problem.
scored 4 touchdowns, giving them 24 points.
That's right.
And that was the score,
That was the
26
score.
to 24.
Cadillac actually made probably the play of the game. It was the play of the game. So
To pick up that fumble run.
that was
all the way
huge.
in.
That was huge because York had all the momentum at that point. So that actually won them the game, to be honest with you. So, but at least, hey, a win is a win.
There you go.
It was at York, and a win's a win, the way I see it.
South Pittsburgh had no trouble with Dunlap. They beat them 35-7.
Gosh, that's a thumping.
And Whitwell sounded pathetic, losing to Cumberland County 35-0.
Ooh.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's two of our future opponents.
Okay. Do we have an update since you're...
Canceled the rod run next weekend.
Okay, we
already kind of knew that, but now that come from Winky.
Okay.
So
Yeah, the car show is canceled for next weekend, folks.
that's the first Saturday of every month.
Thursday.
But they'll more than likely make up for that, though.
Now, in college football, this past week, the University of Kentucky had 6 players arrested for burglary.
Whoa!
One of the players, and they
expecting
have
Why would they do that?
their plea is not guilty.
Oh,
One of the players is accused of pulling a gun on one of the victims,
Whoa.
which makes it more serious
Really?
than just burglary.
that is not cool, and I don't know why they do stupid stuff like that.
Well,
Here you are on a scholarship at a huge university. Why would you do
Everything
that?
you would want.
I know.
I mean, those guys can go get supper. They
yeah, it's
can,
not like they needed the money.
but let me tell you something. Some of those players that are playing on college teams, they're not there to learn.
No, that's true.
That's true.
That
They're
is
not
true.
there to learn.
And a lot of
They're
times
there to
girls
have a
get
good time, and their idea of a good time may be going out and doing things they should not do.
But that's stupid, though.
Go
My
to
idea of
places
having a
they
good time never was to rob people. That's
This
just
is not
stupid.
the only time it's ever happened.
That's very true. That's why it amazes me so much that they just, you see it so often.
You
It's
see it so
stupid.
often. It's stupid. And some of those players
But now
wind up.
6 is a lot. I didn't
We
know
do
that.
not know what kind of disciplinary action will be taken by Stoops, the coach.
They'll
Nor do we
yeah.
know
we
what
don't.
will happen in court if they gets to court. It may be thrown out.
Oh,
We
they're-
just don't know.
Right.
But right at this point, they have been accused of burglary.
We'll have
And
to
one-
keep an eye on that story because they could easily be losing 6 players.
That's so sad in so many different ways.
It
too,
is.
For
It
young
is.
men
young
making
men.
mistakes.
Young, talented men.
Yeah.
You know, it is sad.
Well, they probably went to college to play football to get rich.
Yeah. Hoping to go to the NFL.
Their dream is to get into the pros
That's
and
right.
play on Sunday.
Right. And some of them do get caught up in it and think they're untouchable because they get a huge ego. And that's something that you just don't want to ever do. But that's what happens,
And
unfortunately, to a lot of them.
Something now that we're having to deal with, we didn't have to deal with before. Some of those players that get a marquee name for marquee producing stats,
Mm-hmm.
they get paid now by
I know.
these companies to use their name if they're
Yeah.
already good.
I know. I know.
I finally found out what happened about Brian Marr, one of our quarterbacks, the
Yeah.
one that,
We didn't know why he just didn't know nothing about it. Really.
well, the coach chose not to discuss
he didn't
it.
really say. Yeah.
Finally, this week I read where he had asked for permission to be placed in the transfer portal.
Oh, okay.
He wants to cast his lot with another team.
Had a feeling.
Now,
it was gonna be
that
something
leaves
like that.
3 players at
Yeah.
quarterback position. One of these is a transfer from Virginia Tech. One of these
Mhm.
is a transfer from Michigan.
Well,
And here's the thing, none of those 3 with next Thursday will be our first game. Next Thursday.
God, that's hard to believe. Against
None,
you told
none
me
of
100
those
times,
3
I keep
men
forgetting.
have been able to solidify themselves as number 1 considered quarterback.
True.
It's still up in the air. The coaches have said nothing about which one gets the most reps, which one
I know.
we've got that we're favoring.
And
They're
usually
all
they do.
3 on the same page.
So that's why it is. They're even basically.
Okay,
right?
but here's Albertology creeping in now. Listen to me. If one of those 3 players sees his chances slipping, why doesn't he put in for the transfer portal? It's maybe because he's waited too long to get there.
Yeah, that's possible, very possible.
But Brian Marr just got in there this week, so I don't know. But see, two of them have transferred in. Now can they transfer again? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think they should be allowed to.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But you don't need 3 quarterbacks.
No, but
But you
are
need
they all the
2.
same? I mean, are they all in the same grade though?
No.
Well, then you'd think that at least one of them would kind of wait it out and think, well, I'll get my chance next year. You know what I mean?
That's what I would think if you've got the smarts.
Yes. It's what they should do anyway.
Wait.
Yes.
Because somebody may get hurt.
Yeah. Obviously, that happens every year.
And if you're a real powerful player, you might help them.
That's right. That's right.
In basketball, the women's professional ranks opened up the doors to the Hall of Fame to allow Tamika Catchings to be entered in.
Oh, good. Good.
Can you
Lady
imagine
Va.
that? Lady Va.
She deserves to be in there. Absolutely.
Congratulations, Tamika.
Absolutely. I'm glad to hear that.
Tennessee football that begins next Thursday night will be season number 125.
Cool. Wow.
Season 125. In Neyland Stadium, this will be season number 100.
Wow. 2 milestones.
That's how long we've been. And I remember General Robert Neyland.
Well, he was very successful for Tennessee.
That's
why it's named after him.
I read a book one time, Football's Greatest Dynasty. It was under his leadership. But back then, you had 3 or 4 patches on your schedule every year, and you had.
Well, you should. Do it.
Yeah.
You got to have some cupcakes on there. You got to. Give your team a chance to rest.
Your terminology is better than mine. Cupcakes. I use the word patches. That's all I have in sports.
All right. Well, let's move to Albertology and see what you've got for us today. I see a picture of All in the Family. I don't know if that's part of the plan.
That is. That's what we were watching 50 years ago.
Wow.
71 versus 21. But first, country singer Tom T. Hall died at 85.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He used to come to my aunt's house on Christmas. He lived down the road. Him and his wife lived down the road. I went to high school with his son, and he used to come to our house, their house. No.
Did you know he passed away?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you did.
Well, he lived in Franklin, Tennessee.
Yep, he lived in Franklin, and we lived in Bellevue, which is just right down the road almost.
Wow.
And he knew my Aunt Dora. My Aunt Dora, I didn't know him from, I mean, he was just a guy that come and played guitar to me when I was a teenager.
Oh, yeah. You didn't realize.
Well, not at the time.
But
no.
he's the one that composed Harper Valley PTA.
I didn't know that.
Jeannie C. Riley is the one that made it
famous. Yeah. Well, I'm sure he made a lot of money.
That wrote it.
Well, then he made a lot of money. I can assure you.
Little Baby Ducks, Old Pickup Trucks. He wrote that song.
Really?
Old Dogs, Children, and Watermelon Wine was the one that I remember.
Watermelon Wine was a great song.
Wow.
But he wrote so many songs, and other people were singing the songs. He finally just started recording his own songs.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. Singer-songwriters really make
He started at playing the guitar at 4. Composed his first song at 9.
Good grief! Wow, that's just God-given talent. Because that's just
when he
unreal.
started playing the songs himself that he had written, he decided it would sound more distinguished if he put a T in there after Tom.
I think
there was no T in his name.
That's a smart decision.
Tom
I think.
T. Hall. He did that on his own.
Oh, I think that was a very smart decision.
My big brother told me that. He says, all these stories you have about Nashville, it's just hard for people to believe that. And I said, but back in them days, back in the 70s, these artists were everywhere. They wasn't hid like they are now. They wasn't
not such a big deal.
They were a big deal, but
they made more appearances. Yeah,
and they would just show up, and just.
I can remember stars coming to the Bledsoe County place where we had where we get together as a student body.
Big stars, probably.
And the Singing Spear family,
Uh-huh.
they've been here several times.
Yeah, I know this. I know the Spears.
And
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm in a few, like, a lot of celebrities do come out to Fall Creek Falls. A lot of them come out there, but some of them want to associate with people, but some of them want to.
You're right.
Some of them want to be secluded and not.
Left alone.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot do come out there, though.
all
yeah.
right, in 1971, what we were watching on TV, Columbo.
That was
Remember
well, I've heard of it. Well, these are legendary shows, so of course I'm going to.
his
Yeah.
first name was Frank, and it was on his badge, but I never did notice it.
Is that Peter Falk? Yeah,
Peter
I
Falk.
see him there. I see him there.
The spin-offs from his show were the Rockford Files,
Oh,
The Closer, Monk.
no way.
I watched Monk the other day, the other night.
There's spin-offs from that show.
And Psych.
There's spin-offs from that show?
These shows were influenced
Oh,
by Peter Falk
oh,
and
gotcha.
Columbo.
'Cause all
in the
those
family.
shows are good.
Yeah.
The Closer's a great show, by the way. That's
All
a real
in the
good
family. That was one of the
Show. Oh, that's a huge
probably
hit.
most watched shows on television
I'm
because
sure.
of Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
And
And his wife-
Carl
and his-
Reiner was in there. He was one of the. He was the son-in-law.
Yeah.
And,
Sally Field, wasn't she the daughter?
And
Not Sally Field. What was her? Sally Struthers.
Yes, and then he called his wife Dingbat.
Boy, that wouldn't go over long at my house. I don't know about y'all.
Also, we watched the Sonny and Cher show.
Oh,
Sonny and
well,
Cher.
yeah, that was a big show.
71, you say?
It's 1971. That's what
Was
we were
it?
watching, and they were on from 71 to 74.
I guess the divorce had something to do with that.
I can remember hearing "I Got You, Babe,"
Oh, yeah, that's a huge hit.
and the beat goes on.
Yeah.
In 71, I was 11 years old.
I wasn't here yet, but
Yeah, you weren't hard.
but I do. I mean, obviously those are two big stars. Well, Cher's a
You're
huge
young.
star.
Gosh, you're so young.
But they were able to draw people in as guests, like Betty White and
Oh,
George
yeah.
Oh, I'd
Burns.
say so.
People wanted to be there. Carol Burnett. They wanted to be on their
I'm
show.
sure. I guess, like I said, I'm sure their divorce was the reason it
Oh
ended.
yeah, they went their separate ways.
They sure did.
And
But you know, she gave a eulogy at his funeral, though. I do remember that.
really,
Everybody loved him.
Mhm.
There was a lot of people that really just.
Yeah,
He
they
was just
they
really-
divorced, but I've seen where they were still friends and had a lot of love for each other. They just couldn't be together. But she still thought a lot of him, and like I said, she gave a eulogy.
when many years ago, Kelly Carter was our pastor,
Mm-hmm.
and he was our pastor when Vicky was a young
Mhm.
girl. When he died, his son married Earl Cox's daughter. And when Brother Carter died, I don't remember his son ever being called into the ministry, doing mission work or anything. But when his daddy died, he gave the eulogy at his daddy's funeral. And I was told, I didn't go,
Right.
Brother Carter was in his 90s. I was
Oh.
told that when he got through giving that eulogy for his daddy, that everybody in the audience stood up and clapped.
Wow.
And he,
It must have been very, very good.
I got up to speak at my daddy's funeral. I wanted the people
Yeah, I remember
there
that.
to understand some of the things about my daddy. And I wanted them to know, and some of my family did not know this. My
Mhm.
daddy held down 5 jobs at one time. And I wanted people to know
Good.
what kind of daddy I had.
Oh, that's amazing.
It
That's
was
a
amazing.
hard-working man.
One thing he had to have was the cooperation of Mother
Yeah,
and Albert and Buster,
that's true.
because we read the water meters that he got paid to do.
Yeah.
We were doing that.
Well, it'd been impossible to do all of it
Some
himself.
people would
Gosh.
come out when little Albert, snotty-nosed Albert was reading their water meter. They'd come out to be sure I read it right. The
Now they
Waltons,
do it from outer space.
Yeah.
the Waltons, now,
The
they were
Waltons,
on
of course,
television
was-
for 10 years.
That was a huge hit.
I
Their
watched
family
the
show.
Waltons yesterday, and it
Did
was
you?
the one where the Waltons were sitting around, and the World War II,
Listening
bomb
on the
was
radio.
and they
Yeah.
were
Oh.
listening to the radio about the bomb being dropped and stuff, and it was so. I got cold chills just
I
talking about it.
bet.
And it was the best little show. I
The Waltons and
just love that show.
Little House on the Prairie always reminded me of each other. Very wholesome family shows, you know, that anybody, the family could watch.
Well, that's the Little House
But
on the
still
Prairie
push
was a
the edge.
spin-off from that.
They still push
Oh, I didn't
they still
know
push
that.
the edge on stuff. So a lot of times, you know, about
Mhm.
theft or drinking
Mm-hmm.
or different things.
80s Enough. That show influenced 80s Enough.
That was a big hit too.
But it started from the movie The Homecoming. That's what
Oh.
started the whole thing. It was just
Oh, I didn't know that.
it was just a movie, but then the Waltons evolved from that movie. And
You know what I always thought was crazy? The mom on the wall. Let's see, where's she at? The wife.
right there.
Yeah. No, that's the mama.
Grandma?
The wife. No, not the grandma. The mama. The mama. You know,
Uh-huh.
the wife. Her name in real life is Michael. Is that not odd?
Oh, really? I didn't know
It
that.
is. It is.
It's pronounced Michael.
Yeah, I always thought that was so weird. But she's a very pretty woman. She's still alive. I always thought that was just a strange name, you know, for a woman. But
John Boy,
good night, John Boy.
he's 70 years old now, and
Gosh, that don't seem possible.
Wow.
and he says that a lot of the programs were based on childhood memories.
Oh, cool.
Huh.
Wow. That's the one thing that I remember about the Waltons. When you said John Boy, it was like, good night, John Boy, and then about 10 other kids, you know. It took them 30 minutes to say good night to everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Before we start the jokes, I want to.
Yeah.
Tennessee has not been able to beat Alabama in football in 14 years.
No.
But if you remember last week, I showed you some stats that Tennessee had beat Alabama.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Well, listen to this. Women's equality is a big issue. Women's lib started many, many years ago, and women have better rights now than they used to.
Mm.
But listen to this. In every state in the Union, women earn less than men. Still do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But Tennessee's pay level, overall average, is 14% lower than the United States. But the disparity in unemployment and the share of minimum wage workers in Tennessee is the smallest of any state.
Okay.
Tennessee has
That's
the
good.
least disparity between the sexes in unemployment rates. Only a 4% difference. Tennessee overall ranked number 13 among 17 measurements of employment, compensation, and political influence for women. That's good. Now here's the worst states about women's equality.
Oh.
Utah, Idaho, Texas, South Carolina, Kansas, Georgia, and Alabama.
Ooh, there's another one.
So,
We beat Alabama.
so Tennessee beat Georgia and Alabama both, and I was proud of that.
Me too.
I'm gonna have to tell my wife that Tennessee beat Georgia.
And yeah, there you go.
But I've got one more I want to do before.
I see there. That's Maryland, isn't it?
Well, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, well, never mind.
This is from Pickles.
Oh, yeah, that was funny the other day, wasn't
This
it?
man and woman, they're just so much like me and Carolyn. He's sitting on the couch reading his paper, and the dog's got his face on him, got his head on him. And she says, I noticed you haven't been playing golf lately.
Right.
And he looks up at her and he says, I don't have anybody to play with. What about Clyde? would you play with, and he says back to her, would you play with someone who cheats on the score and moves the ball when no one else is looking? And she said, well, I guess not. And he said, well, Clyde won't either.
Oh, Pickles is a cheater, isn't he?
Bless his heart.
The last Pickles thing you told was really funny like that, too.
Every one of them, they're just
good.
as cute as they can be.
Do you get those from the newspaper?
It comes out in the paper every day.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh, we got the, what is it, the
Yeah.
Yankees book? What is that?
That's what I thought David said.
Have you heard of this?
I don't know. Let's find out.
This is for Yankees that come south so that they can understand Southern lingo. They give you the word and they tell you what it means.
Okay.
Abode. Abode.
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Abode is a wooden plank.
Abode.
Aim. You know what an aim is?
Right.
Okay. But I aim to be there.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Ain't.
I aim to be there now.
You know what ain't mean?
Ain't. I've said it a lot.
That's the sister of one of your brothers. Air.
Yeah.
A-I-R.
Yeah.
Are you going to town? X. A-X. Don't ask so many questions.
And God, you're so true. I can
Okay.
think of an example of all those that I've heard.
Now I get to the jokes. Okay.
Man.
A woman worked as a secretary at an international airport in an office adjacent to where security often would detain suspects. So one day she glanced up and saw security officers questioning a man inside the room.
Right.
Then suddenly being called away on another emergency, they left that man. And to her horror, the man was left alone in an unlocked room, and she didn't know what to do.
I bet
They
she was
got called away
panicking.
on an emergency. So after a few minutes, the door opened, and he began to walk out.
Uh-oh.
Summoning up her courage, she said, "Get back in there and don't you come out till you're told." The man went back inside, slammed the door. When the security people returned, the woman reported what had happened. And without a word, an officer walked into the room and released a very frightened telephone repairman.
Take that, BTC power.
Yeah. I had a feeling it was going to be something like that.
Bless his heart. He
bet he didn't know what the heck was
what she
going
told
on.
him to do.
He did. He complied.
Okay. Yesterday I was at a Costco buying a large bag of Purina dog food for my pet dog Owen. And I was in the checkout line, and the woman behind me asked me if I had a dog. Got a
Okay.
big bag of Purina dog food, and she
Right.
says, "Have you got a dog?" What did she think I had, an elephant?
Here's your sign.
For real. For
So
real.
because I'm retired and have little to do, on impulse, I told her no, I didn't have a dog, but I was starting a Purina diet plan. Although I probably shouldn't, because the last time I was on it, I ended up in the hospital. I'd already lost 50 pounds. When I woke up in the intensive care unit with tubes coming out of all my orifices and IVs in both arms, I told her it was essentially the perfect diet. The way it works is you load up your pockets with Purina
Yeah.
and simply eat one or two every time you feel hungry. The food is nutritionally complete, certified, and it had worked so well that I was going to try it again. I have to mention here that every person in the line was completely enthralled by what I was saying now.
I would say so.
Horrified, she asked if I ended up in intensive care because the dog food had poisoned me. I told her no. I had stopped to pee on a fire hydrant and was hit by a car. Listen, I'm not through.
Oh my God, there's more.
I thought the guy behind me was going to have a heart attack. He was laughing so hard. I'm not allowed to go back in Costco anymore.
Oh my.
That's
Okay.
pretty good. He's been on a roll lately, Darryl.
A woman goes to her doctor who verifies that she's pregnant.
Right.
This is her first pregnancy. And the doctor asked her if she has any questions. She said, well, I'm a little worried about the pain. How much will childbirth hurt? The doctor said, well, that varies from woman to woman and from pregnancy to pregnancy. And besides, it's difficult to describe pain. I know, but can't you give me some idea, she said. So the doctor said, well, grab your upper lip and pull it out a little. Like this. She pulled a little bit, and he said, a little more. And she said, like this? He said, no, a little more. Like this? Yes. Does that hurt? A little bit. Now stretch it over your head. That's the reason men don't have babies.
That's right. I'm sure that made her feel real good about it. But she kept asking, she kept pushing, so he gave her an answer.
Do you know the sight of a baby makes the pain go away?
Oh yeah.
When a woman sees the baby for the very first time, I've talked to several.
It
maybe
does
not
seem that
always,
way.
maybe not always.
Right, but it does
But
seem
most
that way.
of the time, and I think there's scripture in the Bible about it.
Yeah.
When the mother sees that baby, it takes her pain away.
Wow.
That's not probably not all the time.
I have no idea how much pain they go through. But once a woman has a baby and she's okay, she'll get pregnant again.
Very
She
easily.
knows what pain she went through,
Right, so she went to, yeah. Yeah.
but she goes through it again. And
Right.
at one time, a few years back, I had Buddy Mitchell in my Sunday school class. He was one of 12 children. I also had Nada Myers in my Sunday school class. She was
Almost
one of
Nada.
12 children. Can you imagine, in my Sunday school class, I had 2 people that were one of 12?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
5 rules to remember in life.
Yeah, this will be the last
I'll let
one.
this be the last one.
Okay.
Forgive your enemy,
Mm-hmm.
but remember the jerk's name.
That's right. That's right. Forgive, but don't forget.
Money cannot buy happiness,
No.
but it's more comfortable to cry in a Mercedes than on a bicycle.
There you go. That's right.
Rule number 3. Help someone when they're in trouble, and they will remember you when they're in trouble again. Number 4. Many people are alive today only because it's illegal to shoot them.
Ain't that the truth?
That's true.
Number 5. Alcohol does not solve any problems, but then again, milk doesn't either.
That's a good one. Woo. I'm speechless on that one. Those were good, Papa. You have been on a roll on the jokes.
Those
I
are
tell
better
you.
than the dog jokes.
I know.
I went through the dog book and I couldn't find anything that could compete with these.
That's,
Well, that
that's hard
is
to beat.
true. Those were hard to beat. God, this is like the 4th week in a row.
The Yankee book. Where'd you get the Yankee book?
I like it.
I bought it at in Dayton, Tennessee. I think I paid $25 for it, but it's got some of the cutest things in it.
Yeah, it was good. It was real good.
A bode.
I know I've heard all those from different people in my life. I've heard all of those words.
Listen, when I went to work in Dayton, Ohio in 1953,
Yeah.
the first night I didn't have anybody to gather at my machine, but when they found out I was from the South, the second night I was there, people would leave their machines to come just listen to me talk.
Don't doubt it one bit.
They would leave their machines.
Yeah. They love, I tell you what, guys, when I went to California, they love Southern boys. Let me tell you, I didn't have to work. I didn't have to flirt. I didn't have to do anything like you do around here. All I had to do was open my mouth and talk. I mean, I was in second heaven. So
Thank you, Beverly Hillbillies, right?
I mean, it was. They love our accent. Love it. It was awesome.
Southern
Awesome.
gentlemen.
But I don't think that I talk with a drawl. Now my sister, she
I know
died.
some people from Alabama that talk with a drawl. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
some are
it takes
definitely
them
worse than
15 minutes
others.
to say it.
Well, I think Billy Graham has a.
Billy Graham definitely has a drawl.
yeah.
But my sister, she died right after Carolyn did. But she
Oh,
would say, we'd be talking. She'd say, well, I went out there
Yes, she did.
instead of out
Shortened
there.
words.
She did.
Out there.
Yeah.
She didn't say that when she lived here.
She moved to North Carolina and lived there for
You guys, you hear you guys, that's one.
Yous guys.
Yous guys.
Yous
Ewins, I hear
I
you.
heard Ewins a lot.
Tote.
Oh, I've
A
heard that
tote
one.
is like a paper sack.
Mm-hmm. I've
that
heard
right?
that a lot.
Yeah.
Heard that a
So
lot.
there's a lot of old farm.
There
words,
is.
country
There
words.
is. Well, that is it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. That was
Did you say this is number 190 or 191?
This is episode 190. Yeah, we're 10 episodes away from our 200th episode. Fuck that. They should do something special for us. I mean, come
Man,
on, guys.
have a parade or something.
So
Something.
you're not talking about, okay, that means 190 weeks.
Yes.
It looks like we'd have an off season where we have to have a break. We've done this every week.
We get a break every now and then. But not an off season though. But
You'll
that's
get a break
okay.
next
That's
week. I
okay.
won't be here.
Yeah.
I'll be here the next week.
We get in between breaks, but hey, we're not complaining. And we love all you guys. Thanks for watching and listening on WUAT Radio. And we will see you guys next time for an all new edition of the Albert and Billy Show.
Bye-bye, folks.
So long, folks. Hey, folks. Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks, everybody, for watching.